Hello and welcome to our new bundle, our bridal bundle. I'm excited to show you this one. I know you've been wanting it for a while and it's nice to be a little bit more girly and have white things and just sort of make smaller headpieces. So I'm going to show you how to do two of them, but I've also got loads of different ideas here I want to show you. So I can't show you how to make all of them. It would take hours and hours, but you'll get the gist. I just want you to have ideas. I want to give you tips and tricks and using different fabrics and how to layer them up, how to use beaded fabrics, how to put extra beads on, what you can do with shapes, then you can go for it and you can just have fun with it. So once you've done this bundle, then you can go to the Facebook group and share what you've been doing. We're also going to have the Q&A at the end of the month for you to ask any other extra questions. Whilst you're doing this, please put up posts and just share what you're doing, and we can help you and answer anything. So I hope you have a lot of fun. So I'm going to just show you a few pieces that I've got. This one here is a top hat. This one I've attached elastic to, just to keep it on. So this is fun for brides. Now this is more kitsch. They're not always going to go for something like this, but it's fun. Now I've got beads all over this one, and I've got the netting, and I've got a lovely lining going on inside there, and I've got some Petersham as well going in there. So really, to finish things off, you should always have Petersham at the end, and just because that is the bit that's going to go onto the head and get messy with the makeup, and then you can always take this out and replace it if that happens. So Petersham is important. It's really good, especially if you're making a hat like this. You could always put that in. If you've got a little dainty fiddly one, then you don't always need it because it's going to be quite thick to get it in, but it's just something nice as an extra. So that one I definitely put it in, but some of the other ones I don't always put it in, but I should put it in. This one is elastic, like I say. Now I blocked this one, so this was blocked on a coffee jar, so the top of it just blocked it, going down that far. Couldn't put my pins in, so just had to suck it into place with elastic bands, block it, try and get that really quite secure. Then I've put fabric over it. I've draped all this fabric over it, this netted beaded fabric. Then I've put this netting on, but the bottom here, how I made that was just on a flat surface. So I had to get my coffee jar. First of all, I put 3 layers of cinnamon down, ironed all of those together so I had a circle. Then I put my coffee jar down so then I could see what size this is going to be here, and then I can then mark out what brim I wanted. So it was just a flat round brim. Then I wired that, I cut out the section in the middle. Then same as you're making your mother the bride hat. So if you go back to our parasisal bundle, I show you how to join the two together. So it's the same principle. Then you'll wire the edge here, and then you'll put an edging on. So I put a cinnamate edging on, and then I've joined the two together with the little extra sort of slats from this, which sit inside here, which you know about with the Trilby bundle and the parasisal bundle. But if you want me to ever go over that again with a small one like this, let me know and I can show you. There's so much involved with bridal that we can do this again. So if there are other topics that you want to cover or hats here that you want me to show you how to make, then let me know. Also, there's lovely little things like hair bands. So quick, easy ribbons on there. I've got a button in the middle. I've made a flower from pleating up some ribbon. I've made a little flower out of fabric, just sort of layering up some fabric. What I've done is got a circle and then folded it in half. So circle, half, and then half again. So you've got quarters, and then sewn all the little quarters down and then put a button on the top. So then it sort of puffs out. So that is a ribbon and little flower detail headband. This one here, couple of little biot feathers on here. This one was blocked of the front of this one. So this one was blocked, where are we going? At the front of this. So a bit like when we're doing the halo. So if you can block the whole piece, you can cut out a section, which we'll learn as soon as the bundles start, how to do this and cut out your section for your hat, and then you can save this bit as the front. So that then can just sit. A little bit of netting coming down. I'll show you that as well in this bundle. So the netting just comes across slightly and beaded. What I need to do to finish this one off is sort of crack some of the beads and then put a bit of a lining in that one. This one is more of a 1920s. This one can be used, you know, when you're teaching people as well, which is really nice because it's a nice, quick, easy thing to do. So maybe in our Q&A, I could actually show you how to do the back of this one because I didn't show you, but it's quite interesting to do. So I've just got ribbon, I've got my big beaded piece, which you can get from Franz Trimmings. You know, most of these trimming companies will sell these ones already made. Then I've put a bit of extra detail that I found, a nice piece of ribbon on here. I've got, so it's Petersham, then it's ribbon, and then it's extra ribbon here. And at the back here, you can see I've just made a detail, so which I could show you on the Q&A if you'd like me to, which is just folding over the end of the Petersham and then folding over this and then making a separate bit for the middle. So it stretches, so it will work for a lot of different brides and their head sizes. This one here is just fabric. So again, just a normal headband. If you have it one way, it's flat. If you have it the other way, it sticks up like a crown. Now the way I've done that is by having one side flat and the other side curved. So one side is flat and the other side is curved. Can you see that? So this side is flat and the other side is curved. And then that's when you get that detail. So you can ask the bride what they want. Are they going to a party and they want it up like this? Or are they going to out for the day or to the wedding and they want it flatter? This one in more Alexander McQueenie, lovely fabric here, pinky colour and then beaded fabric. So just mixing them up and then a nice lining as well inside there. And I show you how to do this lining at the end. So you just want to fold it underneath and then invisibly stitch it. So this one I show you at the end, and that's with elastic. This one, this was done on a coffee jar as well. So just a small little one, cute little lining inside. You know how to do that lining. I'll show you that in a few bundles. Then I'm just draping fabric across, just wrapping it together here. This is extra, so I've got a lace underneath, and I've got beaded fabric on top, and then this is an extra bit of fabric and just rolled up here and then put a bead on. So that as well, and then the inside, again on a little coffee pot, baby hat. A lot of brides like those. This one again is a similar thing for a 1920s look. Petersham, then ribbon on top, fluffy flower, just made that, rushed up some fabric, and then the back again to give you that detail. So then that's lovely for young brides. This one is very popular. I always keep this one and I just keep remaking it for brides. Even though it's small, when you actually put it on, it feels like it's double the size, because it's actually the size or smaller than my hand. It's about this big and it's really small, and you have it here and you think, well, really, you know, it's not much for them to put on their head. Do they really want to buy that? And then when you put it on, it's perfect. It's enough, because then you can really style up the hair around it. So this one, just little feathers here, ostrich baby, lots for the small part of the ostrich, and I've just cut them into little diamond shapes, and then this one I've just curled it, and then beaded fabric and a little bit of netting on top. This one I love. I really should make this one again. This is more of a bridal piece that's quite popular, that can actually go on the back of your head, because you can put your bun through this bit here. This one is pretty dirty inside, because a lot of brides just try this on. It's just a sample and then I can remake it for them. It's actually two separate pieces. So I show you in the bundle how to do a pointed one, which is this one. So this one is just two pointed ones put together. So I've put all of my fabric on. I've done pleats, which I'll show you how to do pleats, draped fabric on, put on my crystals and Swarovski crystals all down here, brooch, other side, pleats, a bit of beaded fabric, which I use later. So two separate pieces, put everything on them, and then join them together, and then put the lining in to finish it off. So that's how I did that one. A little bit of feathers as well. My mind's gone now. Working too hard. Right, that's all of those ones. This one is a button one. And this one, just a little bit of veiling, which I'll show you about later. This one is just cinnamate with some lacy organza on top, so it's got a little bit of lacy detail there, and the rest is organza, and then some netting ruched up, and then a few crystals, Swarovski crystals. So I put that straight onto the cinnamate. Normally I would put a fabric underneath, but this time I didn't. I just put that straight on the cinnamate, and then I've got a lining as well underneath, which you know how to do. Sometimes it's nice to change up the lining and just make it gold or something else, yeah, to make it a bit more special. So that one. Also, you'll see this one, which I wear a lot whilst we're making. This one, to give you an idea, has got a a bow on it. So that is the same fabric as what the lining is. So I've just made a tube and then sewn that and then turned it inside out, brought it out, folded it, put it on there. If you wanted it stiffened, you could put a little bit of card in there, a little bit of cinnamate in there, sew it in, or a little bit of buckram in there just to sew it in to make it a bit tougher. And then again do a nice lining, and Petersham should be in there. This one, again, another beautiful lining inside. Love that. I think it makes it really special. All of these need Petersham as well, actually, just to finish them off. Then I've got fabric, it's a cinnamate again, fabric on there, and then beaded on top, and then a tiny little bit of veiling. So I like a little bit because it's just nice for the bride to have a little bit coming over her eye, not too much. She might have a whole veil as well going on, and she just wants that to bring over and bring back. She might just be wearing this to the evening do. She might want it so it, you know, can clip back and then come forward, you know, be forward and then clip back later on. So you can do that sort of thing for her and provide her with a clip. So that's nice. Some of the brides want birdcage veils, which is the big thing, but most of them don't. Most of them want something little. So if they do want a birdcage veil, I teach you about that later. And one of the ones I am going to teach you to do today, or I do with you, is this one. So you've got this one here. I'm fixing a hairband to it, so that's all nice. Really beaded up with beautiful fabric. The detail is quite you know, you've got quite a lot of detail going on the piece, but it's quite subtle, as in colourways. The actual structure, you've got quite a lot going on because you've got this curl. I mean, it's quite dramatic. So I don't need anything else. I mean, I don't need to be putting lots of feathers on and lots of detail here because it will just cover up the bead and it will distract from the shape. So this one can be quite simple, and this one can be put on with a hairband and just straight on the head. And I show you how to do it. Like, this is the lining, which I show you because I was telling you with this one, this is the same lining as this one, but it's actually fitting it into a curved shape. So that is what I'm going to show you later. I'll be making this one with you, and also I'll be making this one with you and showing you other ideas of how you can trim it up. But this is what I decided to do in the end. So lattice cinnamate, a bit of netting, a vintage brooch, blocking the base, covering it in fabric, covering it in beads, and then this one would just have elastic on, and this one is going to sit like this. So I go over with you how to do these two. I also show you lots of other things and trimmings and things, and I hope all of that with showing you these other hats is going to give you ideas, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. So please go down and go to video number 1, watch that, and then go through them all, and then download the workbook, download the checklist. The checklist will have some suppliers in there. The workbook will just have a list of everything that you need to make sure you've got everything, and some other details. So please have a look at those two as well. Also, join the Facebook group if you haven't already joined it. If you have, brilliant, go in and show us how you get on. All right, have fun.